Welcome to Jimmy sips his coffee while his two kids are napping, which won't last long. And during that time, he trades players. Now, I tweeted out a link that said, give me a player who is likely, which people will get that wrong right away, likely to be traded. And I'm going to trade him in a live video right now. It's not live because I'm at home and it's just kind of a hassle. So I'm recording a bunch of things. Anyway, I already traded the Cardinals. That's where we're going to start. I already did this. I was laying in bed at 8:30 because the kids were asleep, and we were like, let's get some rest. And then I was thinking, should I trade the Cardinals? Let's trade the Cardinals based on just comparable trades from last year, so it's realistic trades. And then I said, yeah, man, I'll trade the Cardinals. So I got up from bed, and I went to the couch, and I traded the Cardinals, and then my wife was like, where are you? So we're going to look first at the roster resource page for the Cardinals. This is how many years each player has left and on what money is left. So you see Nolan Arenado. He's got this year and then 1, 2, 3, 4 more left and a ton of money. He's not getting traded. He's off. He's not my likely to get traded. Goldie, I also don't think Goldie's going to get traded. I don't think the Cardinals are tearing things down. I think they're trying to rebuild. So let's go to some guarantees, in my opinion. Montgomery, he's a rental. He's got $10 million on his salary for this year, so you cut that in half, and you say whoever's trading for Monty is going to pay him $5 million, and then they're going to give the Cardinals some prospects. Jack Flaherty, similar situation, way cheaper. Monty's having a better year than Flaherty. All right, so I traded these two guys. Are you guys ready for this? First I did is I found comparable trades from last year. So this is my very unorganized spreadsheet. You have Jordan Montgomery. He's 30 years old. He's got 5.1 years of service time. He's got $5 million left on his contract. Flaherty's got 2.6 left, and then you have some of their stats. One of the biggest comps last year was Jose Quintana. He was 33 years old, so a little bit older. He was already on a contract, but he had $1 million left, so way cheaper than these guys, but similar stats. He got traded to the Cardinals for Malcolm Nunez, who was number 10 in the card system, a position player, and then Johan Oviedo, who had some service time already accrued. I believe this is the service time, not WAR, that he had accrued. He had already started his big league process. He had broken a 40-man roster. The other comp from last year is Noah Syndergaard. He had about $10 million left, so he's way more expensive than the two Cardinals we're looking at. He had a 3.83 ERA in 15 games, and he got traded for the Phillies' 19th best prospect. So the prospect capital goes lower, but the money was way higher for Syndergaard. And Mickey Moniak, another guy who had started his service time already and had already had big league action and kind of like clearing space on the 40-man. So that's what I did. Okay, so Flaherty and Monty, you're looking at in between a 10 and 20th pick, maybe higher if the money's higher and the farm system's different from your team if you're trying to trade for them. And then a guy on the 40-man or a guy who has accrued service time already that helps you clear names. So that's what I did. I found combos. Now, this is going to be painful to some people, especially me as a Yankee fan, when I realized that Jordan Montgomery is going to get traded to the Baltimore Orioles. They already picked up Hicks from the Yankees, and that's rubbing them the wrong way. They're going to go grab Monty. The Orioles have a deep farm system, so they don't really care. They can go get a rental. It doesn't matter. They're going to get Drew Rom from the Orioles. Drew Rom right here. Now, I wanted to trade my guy, Seth Johnson, because he is, if you look, they're 16th in their org. But I didn't like that because Seth Johnson, he's going to be stud because he's a fan of the Warehouse Games. He's a fan of Jomboy Media, and I'm a fan of Sajo. Sojo would be Sajo, Seth. So what I did is I took Drew Rom. He's having a good year in AAA. And the Cardinals, they want pitchers that they can plug in next year. They have a lot of pitchers in their AAA system they can graduate, but then they need to reboost their depth. So, and they're losing a lot of MLB-ready pitchers. So they just need a ton of options. So Drew Rom, he's going from the Orioles to the Cardinals. He's ranked 29th in their organization. And then I also gave them, who was the other one? Vavra. Now, the Vavra's the guy that's already started his service time. He's got 0.072 on the books, and that's all. But he's versatile. Second base, center field, left field. So he's an athlete. You like your athletes. So Monty to the Orioles. Done. I have two options for Jack Flaherty, and they almost make too much sense. It made me sick. The first one is Flaherty to the Rays. Of course, they're going to want Flaherty. They're going to turn him into an absolute stud. And the Rays trade people all the time. So I have the Rays giving up J.J. Goss as their, 10 to 20th round, 10 to 20th whatever guy. And Luis Patino, his clock has started. I think injuries have sent him back and he hasn't been around. But so Goss is the 24th ranked prospect in the Rays system. He's a first-round pick. He is currently in A-ball, so this is more of a depth move. They got their ready, closer to being ready pitcher from the Orioles, and you trust the Rays to draft well and have good guys. And he's struggling right now in A-ball, but that doesn't matter. He's good. What are his strikeout numbers? Sure, we like him. He's gone. And then I also traded Luis Patino. So he's already been through the Rays ringer. He was a trade piece earlier, so he gets retraded. Tough for him. So Monty goes to the Orioles. Flaherty goes to the Rays. Now, Flaherty could also go to the Dodgers. They need rotation help. He's from L.A. He's going to love it there. They're going to buy into the fact that he loves it there. Dodgers, actually, I have giving up 3 different pieces for Flaherty. Frasso, he's their 17th ranked starting pitcher or ranked prospect in the organization. I also gave them Luis, Yaniel Diaz, and Sean McClain. Now, I believe those are like way down, like high A. What is his name? Luis, dumbass. Luis, Yaniel Diaz, just an athlete. Third base, shortstop, second base. Oh, yeah. I figured the Cardinals are going to go find some shortstops in high A, low A ball because those guys just turn into other positions. They're just athletes that can play. So they might just go pick the Dodgers high A, grab their shortstop from there. And then I believe I also traded Sean McClain. He's also a shortstop prospect in low A. So they're just taking their shortstops, their athletes, and the Dodgers don't care. They play everyone everywhere. So there you have it. Now, the other trade I ran into and I was like, of course, if you go to the Cardinals payroll, you can see they have Paul DeJong. He's got just this year left. He's got a club option for 2024 and 2025. He's having a good season. He's a good shortstop. It's their choice. Now, when you trade him, the other team gets that club option. So he comes with as a rental if you want to trade for him and not pick up the club option, or you can trade for him and pick up that club option. He's going to the Dodgers. The Dodgers need help at shortstop. Dodgers are one of the only teams that need help at shortstop or have a movable guy. A lot of teams maybe are struggling at shortstop that are in the playoffs, but they have like a stud there that they signed big money. They're not going to move on from him. The Dodgers make sense for a rental shortstop. So Paul DeJong going to the Dodgers, and that makes sense because then the Cardinals can call up their big prospect, what's his name, Mason Wynn, and just play shortstop the rest of the year, get his feet wet. So I traded DeJong to the Dodgers for Yenier Fernandez because the name Yenier is just hot in the streets right now. Catcher, second baseman, but 19th overall. So they're going to love that, getting in that 10 to 20 range for a rental. That seems to be where it is. You get in the 10 to 20 range depending on, money assigned and all that. This might be wrong because the club option, I don't know how much weight that carries. Robleski was the other guy I traded. Just a starting pitcher down in high A. He's 25th. So they're replenishing their starting pitchers. They're getting athletes. The Cardinals have just made 3 trades. I also do think I didn't do these because they're going to be more boring, but Verhagen, he's probably going to get traded because he's a free agent. Also, Stratton's probably going to get traded because he's a free agent. And I think that's all that the Cardinals really do. I don't think they're going to go crazy. People were saying Newt Bar. That would be a big one. That would be like be hard to find a comp for that. You'd have to do like the Hoppy for Marsh trade where you guys have like 4+ years of service time or even 6 with Hoppy. Hard to find comps for that. Okay, so I traded the Cardinals. Those are the 3 trades that I made. They're done. They happened. I also thought about Waino going to the Rays, and that made me sick. I didn't like that at all, but I thought that would be a sicko Rays move, and you're like, what the fuck are you talking about? And they're like, throw the curve more. What? Let's go to Twitter and see. Bellinger. Bellinger's interesting. Okay, so I have a list of, let's go to the Cubs and find out. I know Bellinger's a rental, right? And, okay, so he's got a mutual option. That doesn't matter. So $12.5 million, which is, you're looking at, a little over 6 when you cut it in half. Math, I'm great at it. So then what I have is last year's trades. And if you sort them by service time, you're going to find the true rentals. And then let's find a infielder, outfielder that we think is a comparison. Peralta, was he similar money-wise and everything last year? Is he a good comp for Belly? I'm only doing trades based off comps from last year. I think it's if I could do the last 2 years, I would, but it's pointless. Gallo, he's not really a good comp because he was doing terrible. Merrifield, is he a good comp? He was a rental. Benintendi, I mean, you're getting less power, but that's a pretty good comp. Yankees from Kansas Exchange for pitching prospects Beck Way, TJ Sikkema. Way, Sikkema, and Champlain were each ranked among Yankees' top 30 prospects at Baseball America. So you got 3 top 30, Way topping the group at number 13 in the system. Wow. Okay. So 3 in the top 30, and you need 1 in the teens around there for Benny. What was the other comp I had? Whit Merrifield trade. In a buzzer beater trade at the deadline, Kansas City dealt Merrifield to the Blue Jays for 2 prospects, second baseman and outfielder Samad Taylor, number 16, so another in the teens, and right-hander Max Castillo. So they got 2 in the teens, it looks like, instead of 3 with 1 in the teens and 2 out of the teens in the 20s. They got 2 in the teens when it comes to prospect ranking within their own system. And was there another comp from last year that I liked? David Peralta. Let's look at him. For minor league catcher, Christian Serta. Christian Serta does not rank among Tampa's top 30 prospects. Fuck. All right. So let's say that you need 1 in the teen, 3, 1 in the teens, and then 2 in the 20s or 2 in the teens. That's seems to be the formula for Bellinger. What team needs Bellinger? Of the contenders, who's bad in center field when it comes to OPS, or we can just do WAR. All right, of contending teams, center fielders, the Rays are doing really well. Let's see, we'll start at the bottom. Oakland, not interested. Rockies, Royals, Nationals, Dodgers, they're going to take Cody back. Miami, no. Cleveland, no. Minnesota, San Francisco, St. Louis, no. Padres, Rays. Oh, the Rays are low? Probably not. They're good. Who cares? Houston, the Mets, the D-backs, Phillies. Phillies are no, not interesting. They have a center fielder. Who else is on here? I don't know. Where's he projected to go? 2023 Major League Baseball standard batting. I'm going to do splits. I'm going to guess Belly is a lefty who hits righties. Oh, shit. He is crushing lefties as a lefty. Versus left-handed pitchers as a lefty, he's got a 1.063. If he went to the Yankees, you'd be looking at a trade that you probably don't even really care about. The Yankees farm system's good. Sneakily. They have 5 in the top 100 right now. So you're looking at, let's go find a prospect that's in the teens. Let's see. Sean Boyle, Clayton Beeter. Oh, that would be funny if they just flipped Clayton Beeter for Belly. I don't know if that's worthwhile. Weisert's ranked in the top 30. Austin Wells. Richard Fitz. Haven't heard of him. Maybe he gets traded at the deadline. He's in the 19th. I think that's where you don't want to be. You don't want to be 15 to 20. It seems like those guys get traded for these rentals all the time. Not that shortstop down there. No, he's good. Let's trade Sean Boyle or Clayton Beeter for Belly, and then you're going to get slop on top of that. Maybe Weissert goes in the move because he's started his clock, clear space for the Yankees. Also, he could be good. Might have to change him a little bit. And now we need a 20 and Antonio Gomez. They need a catcher. Bam. Traded Belly. I got to pause this real quick because the camera's going to die, and then we'll regroup. And I'm just going to use this article from The Athletic, written by Bowden, that says each team's team needs. I'm just going to go by him to build these because it's going to be quicker that way than me fumbling around searching for a bunch of shit. Outfield, we got which teams need outfield help? Not the Blue Jays. That's not what Bowden says, so we're going off this article. Oh, the Guardians need power-hitting outfielder. Guardians getting Belly? Let's go back to Twitter. Let's find another player. I already traded Belly. You need a teen, 2 teens, 1 teen and 2 20s, or a low teen prospect in return. Glaber, Miles Michaelis. That's a Cardinals. I didn't trade him. Let's see. What's he got left? Miles Michaelis. Yeah. I don't think they're going to trade him. I don't think the Cardinals are tearing it all down. He's got 2 years left after this. Not having a great season, but he's starting every game. And actually, let's check his game log, because sometimes ERA can be misleading. 5.56. That's brutal. After that, did it get better? Take away his first 3 starts. He's got a 3.39 ERA. It's a lot nicer. His first 3 starts were pretty bad. After that, he's got all of May was good. June, roughed up in June by the Mets and the Reds. And Houston a little bit. Latest start was good. I don't know. I don't think they're going to trade him. I don't think the Cardinals are going to blow it all up. I could be wrong. They could get a really good offer, but they need pitchers. Because, look, they're losing. They are losing Waino. They're losing. They can trade Monty and Flaherty because they're losing them to free agency next year anyway. So that's 3 pitchers of the 5 that are out. So I don't think they're going to trade another that's guaranteed to be around, because otherwise you have so much work to do in the offseason. And if you look at their depth chart and you go to AAA, AAA pitchers, starting pitchers, they got 1, 2, 3, 4 of their AAA pitchers are in their top 11 in the org. 1 is top 100. So I don't know. Not being top 100 in the MLB isn't great, but Michael McGreevy, what a name. Let's go back. I don't think Michael is getting traded. Jordan, and I already did that. Oh, Kike Hernandez. Let's do that. That's a really interesting one. I don't think he's going to go for a lot at all. Boston, payroll, Enrique Hernandez. So $5 million left, but you're going to get a guy that can play a lot of positions. Ow, back hurts. Isn't he having, no, he's having not a great year. 6, 4, 8. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if this one's worth doing. I don't think you're going to get a big return on that. If we wanted to find one, a rental, util, but Drury was having a great year last year. Actually, I used Drury as a comp for DeJong earlier. Rental, util, having a bad year. Let's see, Adrianza. What was his season like last year? Game logs, 2022. Before the trade, he was awful, even worse. They were just desperate for a warm body. I don't know. I don't think Kike, for that response, I don't think that's going to happen. Arenado, I don't think it's going to happen. I don't know if I've done anything. I'm just rambling. I've been on paternity leave for 3 weeks. I haven't really talked baseball at all. I'm just rambling. The White Sox, let's trade the White Sox a little bit. They're all rentals, right? Chicago White Sox. Oh, my God. Look at this. Lance Lynn, he can be on the move. Yasmani Grandal, he can be on the move. Liam Hendricks. This is going to be fun. Moncada can be on the move. Tim Anderson, although he's not having a great year. Clevenger again. Joe Kelly. I mean, these relievers are going to be all over the postseason, maybe. That's kind of fun. And then down here, the big one, Giolito. Did he finish out strong? I know that I was checking this like every 3 weeks to see his game log because I think he's going to be a great grab. 3.45 ERA, but I believe he had one. Yeah, he had the 7 earned run in his second start. Since then, so since April 12th, he has a 2.96 ERA. So that's going to be a big one. But again, it is just a rental, so it's very similar to our Flaherty and Monty comp, but he's going to be the best of that group. So all those 3 pitchers probably going to get similar packages, which is basically, hey, we want Giolito. We're going to grab one of our 15th to 25th prospects in like our org rank, depending on the money and some things. How much does Giolito have on the books? And then take a guy off our 40 for us. So he's 10-4. So him and Monty are very similar. Yeah. I mean, his numbers have been better. I butter knifed him, but very similar packages where it's like take someone off for 40-man and go grab one of our top prospects in the teens. Buyers, Braves, Rays, Orioles. Who else? The Rangers. They go get Giolito. That'd be fun. Let's just see what the Rangers would have to offer. Do they have Texas Rangers in their rotation? Evaldi, Dunning, Gray, Heaney, Perez. You could always use a Giolito if you're in a pennant race and going to the playoffs. So let's see where they have in the teens prospects. And then what do the White Sox want? Do they just want to completely rebuild, or do they want MLB-ready arms? Who fucking knows? So you got Dustin Harris. He's 13th ranked prospect. Left field, first base, third base. I don't know. White Sox want that. Whoa. Thomas Sagis, infielder, 17th. Aaron Zavala. It's a fun name. Zavala. White Sox have a Zavala, right? What do the White Sox need? White Sox. Oh, right here. In their depth chart, in their minor leagues, they have 2 in the top 100. This guy's just so young. He's not even Mendez. He's not even anything. Not even listed anywhere else. What the hell's that about? Shit. So in AAA, they have no prospect in the top 100 at all. In AA, they have no prospect in the top 100 at all. In High A, they have Colson Montgomery, who's 34th. So they just need to restock the farm. They're going to restock the farm, man. They can trade so much. It's going to come down to who offers what from where and all that shit. All right. The Rangers going to grab a starter? Why not? There's a couple starters to go around. Every team that can do it should do it. Who else can the White Sox can trade everyone. They just have too many pieces to trade. Lance Lynn's a classic, like 2 weeks before the deadline trade. Just like he's the trade before the trade. The team that gets Lance Lynn is like, well, this is the move before the move, and they get really excited about the upcoming move, but then that maybe never comes. Yon Moncada. Is he going to be on the move? It's a lot of money attached. You got like $9 million this year, and then the full 25 next year. So you would need that position to be open for you. And I don't know if you want to lock him up. Third base, second base. Not having a phenomenal year. I don't know if you want to take on the money in the next year with Yon Moncada. They might have to take some of that. Clevenger. He's going to get moved. The White Sox are fun. There's going to be a lot of moving parts here. All right. I'm going to scan through Twitter and Josh Hader. Fuck. Is there any comp for Soto? It'd just be Soto from a couple years ago. Soto. Go Padres. Juan Soto. 24.7 years old. 4 years of service time. I mean, a lot of money because he's making $23 million in his first ARB, so he's going to be making a ton. Is he going to make 30 in next year? Soto going to make $30 million next year in arbitration? They won't let that happen, will they? So anyway, we got a 4 years of service time and Soto. So if we go to trades from last year, is there anyone that was at 4 years of service time that was even close to this? Hader, different position. Castillo's a big one. Bader was at 4 years, but not close. There's not going to be anyone close to his skill. It's just going to be the Nationals, which got him, but it was an extra year. So just take that trade and move it down a little bit. Oh, Ohtanis. Should we just end on Ohtanis? Ohtanis super interesting. Is he going to get traded? I think the biggest comp is going to be take from 2021. You can either do this. You can take the Dodgers-Nationals trade of Scherzer, one of the best pitchers in the game at the time. He was on a walk year. He was going to get a huge contract despite the age. But the pitching side of things, I think that's a similar comp of like the most recent ace to be traded at the deadline. You can go back and do all the Cliff Lees and CC Sabathia at Brewers, but that was a different time of GMing. But Trey Turner also went in that deal. So in a way, I feel like you can take that Trey Turner. They were both rentals, or Turner was 2 years. Turner was 2 years. All right. I wish there was just a straight up Scherzer Dodgers trade. I was going to say, take the return you got for Mookie Betts when he went to the Dodgers and the return you got for Scherzer when he went for the Dodgers, and just kind of mash them up a little bit, find a middle ground, and that's what you might get for Ohtanis. But the Scherzer trade gets muddled up because he went with Turner. Dodgers required right-hand pitcher Max Scherzer and shortstop Trey Turner from the Washington Nationals. In the return, Washington gets right-hand top pitcher Josiah Gray, AAA catcher, AA pitcher, and AA outfielder. So it was 1, 2, 3, 4 guys, 4 for 2. If you want to try and break it up 2 for 2, I doubt you can. Scherzer was so good that year. Do you guys remember how good he was when he got traded? Gray entered the season as Dodgers' top prospect, so you're definitely going to have to give up a top prospect, I believe, for Ohtanis. Even though he's just a rental. And then the Nationals also gave up their number 4 prospect entering the season. But where did Gray land on the MLB prospects? Let's say the Dodgers want to trade for Ohtanis. JD's been good at the DH position, though. You know what? I have more New York Yankee fan listeners than anywhere else, so let's just fucking do it, because Passan and Only are saying they're linked. I don't think it's going to happen with any fiber of my being. Do I think the Yankees are going to trade? But if people are interested in like trying to build what it would be, you got some big players. The Yankees have 6 in the top 100 right now, right? So Yankees have, but they have none in the top like 25, I don't believe. Baseball America released their top 100 list for midseason prospects. Oswald Peraza. Yankees seem to be saving him for a trade. Chase Hampton, Jason Dominguez, Everson Pereira, Austin Wells, Spencer Jones. So you're probably giving up Peraza, but I don't know how many people want Peraza right now. Probably giving up Peraza, Dominguez for Ohtanis. 2 of those. I just say two of those, and I don't even know if that. I think you're going to get outbid easily. July 2023 top 100 prospects. The freshly updated June 25th. Because the Yankees don't have anyone here. So say any of these teams want to make a big push, although I'm not seeing any teams right here that are likely. Then the Yankees just don't have the capital. The Yankees' top prospects aren't in the top 50 of MLB. So I just don't know if they have it in them to do that. What did fucking Machado Dodgers trade? I know he plays every day. Well, yeah, so it's like hitting every day. It's a little different, but I was like, oh, take the Scherzer They got 5 prospects for Machado, and he was just a true rental. Oh, Dean Kramer was in this. Breivik Valera was in this. That's hilarious. And Zach Pop. Good for them. We like the depth of the Dodgers package. We like the quality of the Dodgers package. And we like Yasniel Diaz. Yeah, if I'm the Angels, I just find the team that has the most guys in the top 50 that are pitchers that are making offers. I don't know if the Yankees can even swing it. They kind of shitted on their own prospects all year. Like Austin Wells has been stuck, AA. Peraza, they've like tanked his value by how they've handled him. Even though he seems like he could be pretty good. Kind of weird. We got any big pitchers? Right-handed pitcher, Bobby Miller from the Dodgers. Man, Dodgers could offer a bunch of their young, they're like quadruple A pitchers right now. They're like budding prospect pitchers. I think that's probably the Angels' best return. Yeah. I traded people. You guys watched. I don't even know where we posted this, but if you're watching it, I appreciate it. I was pretty desperate to do something and talk baseball. Traded those cards, though. Monty to the Orioles. Damn.